The Washington machine that gobbles up our freedoms and invades every nook and cranny of our lives must be stopped. The history of man is the history of men and women striving to restrain the power of government and expand the realm of freedom. We need to return to our founding principles. Our Bill of Rights is what defines us. It's what makes us exceptional. For liberty to expand, government must shrink. And our government today is larger than it has ever been in our history. Our future can include a road back to prosperity, back to respect at home and abroad. It should include a balanced budget and a simple, fair tax system. It should include a government that protects your rights and your security. It should include a stronger, better, more agile military. It's time for a new way. A new set of ideas, a new leader, one you can trust.
I believe the bravest and most honest person on stage last night was Rand Paul, because he told you, as the American people, the truth, and he told it to a group of people that were not going to agree with him on it.
Rand Paul is perhaps the most dangerous man in politics for Democrats and Republicans right now.
He's an outsider, but he understands policy.
The most interesting man in politics.
I plan to vote for Rand Paul. When elected, he said his big priorities were the debt, and the debt.
Japan once again overtaking China as the biggest owner of American debt.
I'm confident we're going to raise the debt limit. We always have. We will do it again.
As we go further and further into debt, we become less and less safe. This president will add more to the debt than all of the previous presidents combined.
We don't need a balanced budget amendment.
President Obama is overspending.
We are losing 1 million jobs a year to the burden of debt. President Obama is really trying to destroy our economy. What would happen if the debt ceiling didn't go up? You'd have a balanced budget. How bad would that be? That's what every American family does. You spend what comes in. Can you be a conservative and be liberal on spending? You cannot be a conservative if you're going to keep promoting new programs that you're not going to pay for. We borrow $1 million a minute. This vast accumulation of debt threatens not just our economy, but our security. I propose we do something extraordinary. Let's just spend what comes in.
We are in a terrible, terrible, terrible economy, and Rand Paul's proposal is absolutely spectacular.
He wants to bust up the 70,000 pages worth of tax code, all in favor of a simple flat rate for everyone.
So we just decided to get rid of the entire tax code and start over.
It's a big, bold plan.
The most fair tax program for all Americans in our history.
I've introduced a 5-year balanced budget. I've introduced the largest tax cut in our history.
Of all those candidates' tax plans, only Rand had one that's actually broke into a surplus for the budget.
What you do is get rid of all the favoritism, get rid of all the cronyism, and there'll be no rich person or no rich corporation that pays zero. Everybody's going to pay 14.5. That's what we call it, the fair and flat tax. So if you're a worker and you make $40,000 a year, you're going to get $2,000 more in your paycheck. If we get rid of the payroll tax, everybody's going to get a tax cut.
I hope he appreciates just how good his proposal is, because it is really a good game changer.
Who impresses you?
Well, I certainly like Rand Paul because he thinks quite logically, and he has courage. He's willing to take positions that some other people won't.
And the senator for Kentucky might just be the candidate who ends up winning this thing, the one going up against Hillary Clinton. Put a few bucks on Rand Paul. I would.